Yes, you're welcome back. We are talking about, we are going to talk about another very, very important aspect of JavaScript, which is document object model, DOM, DOM, document object model. This is a very important aspect of JavaScript. I want you to pay absolute attention to understand it much better, okay? For you to understand the document object model, you must have undertaken a HTML course. Okay, you must have undertaken it because you need the knowledge of HTML to be able to understand document object model. Yeah, if you load a browser, like you open your web browser, you want to access a particular page, what is first loaded in your browser is the HTML document, okay? Just the HTML elements, okay? Elements, attribute, and all the rest of them to be loaded in your page, okay? That's the HTML code be loaded in your page. Then after that, the browser loads the document object model of that particular HTML document. Yeah, now this document object model represent the elements of the HTML document. It represents them in form of object. You know why? JavaScript can only access the object. It can't access the HTML document. They are just different languages. JavaScript is a different language from HTML. Okay, HTML is a markup language. Okay, so JavaScript needs object to be able to access different part of the web page. Okay, good. So all the elements, all the tags, all the elements in HTML are represented in as objects, so that JavaScript can be able to access them. Okay, good. Now you see how it is. First of all, before I begin to explain that, you see the HTML document and this document object model, they are all documents. When you load your web page, what actually loaded is the is a document. Okay, but this document object model and the HTML document, they are just different representation of a particular page. Do you get me? They are different representation, but they are just the same. Okay, now you get it. Then when you look at this place, you see that this is HTML tag. Okay, it is the root element. Okay, good. And this is one object. Okay, then this is another, the head, then the body, the title, okay, even the text. Then you have the elements like the anchor tag. Then you have the h1, even paragraph, a whole lot of the elements in HTML documents. Okay, they are represented in a form of object, so that they can be able to be accessed by JavaScript. You get that now? Okay, having understood that, then one more thing here is the model. So here, when we talk about the model, we are just talking about the structure, kind of the tree structure, the way it is, and it actually represents the relationship between these objects or these elements. Okay, good. And you've you know in HTML that the HTML tag is actually, like I told you in HTML, that HTML tag is the root element or the mother element. Every other element are within HTML tag, isn't it? Good. So, and every other element for that matter, every other element is therefore descendants, children, okay, children, and like what we used to say, some are direct children, some are children indirectly. Like you have a children, then you have a grandchildren, great grandchildren. That's how it is here. So head and the body element are the direct children of the HTML tag here. You get that? Okay, good. Then under head element has its own children, which is the title. Okay, the title and every other thing inside. Then body has its own children as well. Okay, there are so many tags inside the body, the paragraph, the header, the heading, and all the rest of them. They are all the children of the body element. So it continues that way. Okay, so having understood this, then there are some other areas in your browser that are not actually elements, so to say. So how then can JavaScript access them? That is where the idea of nodes comes in. Okay, the nodes comes in. The JavaScript access them through nodes. Okay, now there are many types of nodes, but we are going to talk about, when I say node, I mean N-O-D-E-S. Okay, this is what I mean, nodes. Okay, good. So there are many types of nodes, but here we're going to look at 3 important types of nodes for now. Okay, and the first one is element nodes. Okay, the second one is attribute node. The third one is text node. That is element nodes, attribute nodes, and text nodes. Okay, good. So through these nodes, the JavaScript can be able to access every part of the HTML document. You get that now? You can access the text, okay, then it can access the attributes. The attribute can be just like this hyperreference for the anchor tag. Okay, ID, I've taught you about ID in HTML. ID and the class, they are all attributes. Okay, so with these nodes, they can all of them can be accessed and used in JavaScript. Hope this makes sense. With this, it will be easy for you to understand subsequent lessons. Thank you so much.